Good morning, SMF MMTs. Here we are gathered on 2/16/2011 at 5:21 a.m. pre-market futures. What we have on the gap up list on the Nasdaq comp, we got Netflix leading the way. So we were short Netflix and came out of that yesterday, knowing that it would pop nicely today. Dollar Tree, well, there's a lot of DLTR here. There's a lot of rumor and chatter about buyout programs. Value Click is finally coming up in the world from being beat down. So people were looking for valuations there on beaten down, underperforming equities from 2010 and rolling over in that trade. RIM had an upgrade this morning. Wow, RCKY $1.69 gap, and there's that famous bull, ETF bull, TQQQ up $1.64 ASMI. Let us not, with the slight gap of $1.26. Let us talk about GENZ. Genzyme has been purchased for $74 a share. Finally, that deal is about $20.12 billion on Genzyme. It's the second largest biotech buyout in U.S. history. But let us not forget about our little darling, Human Genome Sciences. Google has a gap. Win is up after being sold down a little bit from yesterday, part of the options volatility. The rest of it, we got a fairly decent little mild, little teeny gaps. But across the board, what we look at is after that selling a little bit yesterday on the short side, naturally, I can tell you one thing, for the bears, you better be careful, and your short better not be longer than a day, because they're coming back at the current cycle. Down the road, you know that this is all going to change. Pre-market gaps right here on the Nasdaq comp. What we'll be looking at is on the opening bell on these gap ratio, SMF formula gap ratio, is also taking a look at the SMF platform to see how that's thromboning there. That means, you know, when they pull back in the SMF platform, that they hold higher in the bid and ask ratio and the IR. That's how you know that they pop when they come down 2 or 3 teenies. Pop. That's the thing we're looking at right there. The other important thing about it is that it's a triple, no, it's not a triple witch, but it's an options expiration. The key to it is today is Wednesday, that's day 3. As soon as half of the trading day is up, that's going to put us right in the middle of 2.5 day expiration. Okay? And as far as that market goes in that pit, is we're going to be looking at, do they continue to get the exuberant part of the move to the last part of the handle before that correction that's long overdue? It's coming. However, I said that everybody believes that spring is around the corner, and the great spring rally is a great time to do what? Ring the cash register. And that means taking profits. So we'll be getting involved in all of that on our radio show as far as updating what we see in that area. Right now, I'm enjoying the SMF gap open up. On the gap open down, we have minimal stocks that are gap opening down right now. We can clearly see that what's leading the way is a Chinese company, Sina, S-I-N-A, LOGM, and ROVI. So SMF doesn't really make a market, you know, as a market maker. We make a market on anything, but it's not our tier 1 primary focus. However, on that SINA, that's a trade off the bottom. Okay? So basically, we have to find out if there was any earnings related to it. So that's a gap open, gap down, pre-market, Nasdaq comp, options expiration.